Hello, YouTube, back again, Stanley.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
I've decided I'm gonna go entirely with the story here. Gonna go left, then up, then all the way around, blah, blah, blah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yes, he did.
Yet there was not a single person here
The
either.
unbelievably amazing.
Feeling a
All
wave
had
of
every
disbelief,
little
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. Broom closet. So many memories.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Executive bathroom. Can we go in there? Ooh.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him, and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Where? The keypad where? Behind his desk? What? I didn't see one. Oh wait, oh there it is.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs, trying to input, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Whoa. This looks a bit dangerous. Button! Buttons are cool. Whoa. Loading, loading. This is loading, I guess. Or maybe not, because... Okay, never mind. Not jump cutting.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Lights.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Huh. Light is on. Call exit 914 immediately. Where? Oh. The giant door that says Mind Control Facility. Yup. That one. Escape. Nope. I'm gonna be mind controlled. Ooh, button. What does it say? I can't read it. What did he say? General questions about bucket filling. Words. Interviewing and interrogation something. Whatever. Button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Button. Oh. Ooh, more. Employee observation protocol. Other random words.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers.
47.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
In the middle of the screen right now, employee 427. Luckily I found it right before it went to that. So, oh. Anyway, 427 right there. Yep.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Whoa.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Phantom light.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Because I know how to push buttons. Mess things up. Ooh. Facility power. Ooh, button. 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 10. 10. Weird symbols. I'm going over here. These mind control things. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. I pushed it 5 times. Does that... No? Ten times. I'm pushing this 5 button, okay? And I know there was an achievement, but I don't know if I can actually go to my thing without my waiting input. Whoa. Oh, system power. I'm assuming one's on.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
I said I'd go with this the entire way, but oh, I so want to push that. Was I a computer? That must be the secret. Wow. So much deeper.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
No.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
I don't believe this at
Stanley
all.
stepped through the open door.
Stanley. That looks so...
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley sang.
Wow. I'm back. Ha 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 ha. I can't. Meh. No, 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 no. You don't get to see the ending unless you buy the game. This way. This way.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Wow.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Piano. Door.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
There we go. Come on, load up, load up, load, 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 load. Play it.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
You did not.
Although this passageway had the word Escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nope.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Hello, Death. My name's Stanley. Whoa. Guess I'll be back when this finishes though. Oh. Maybe. Maybe. Oh. Okay. Never mind. I'm still alive.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Bye.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
I'm dead. Right?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Nature paintings? All the nature paintings! Wow. Oh, office layout. The blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game. It was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development. Though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. And then you go this way, and there's more stuff, and then you go this way and you go to corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. The two doors. The set of two doors was the very first concrete piece of Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Filing cabinets. Office computers. Employee database. Solitaire. Something weird. An employee office. The office. Ooh, button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game and when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesizer trait. The credits. Credits. Just pause it if you want to look at it. Yeah. Sorry, I have a bit of a cold, so it's like, yeah. It's exactly what my cold's like. The office. Maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room. One second. Better now, I had to stop and cough. These Stanley Parable screenshots of the Stanley Parable HD week. More endings, fewer endings, more narrators, fewer narrators, more Stanley, less Stanley. Am I going crazy? Maybe it isn't the same image. Was that clock there before? I don't remember. How do I go back? Can you check for me? The point of Stanley Parable HD Remix is to win. Stanley Parable HD Remix is to lose. Larger words, text, this text. Someone just get rid of the text. Maybe then I could see what the game is about. No. Ooh, more things. Things. Tron. So war area with an alien bit. Tron. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Okay. Oh, Greenland. You can just pause it and look at that. The office. Wait, what's the other doorway down here then? Honestly, I'm just gonna end up spending all of my time in here because this place is awesome. Shows all this content. Ooh. Boss's office. Screens from the development of the boss's office. I'm assuming that's early development. That's less early development. And that's done. Ish. Mostly. Office clock. Even one in here. Ooh. Narrator outtakes. Kevin Brading, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the final game. Play 1. This room is creepy. Underground, an early version of the underground portion of the game. Escape, mind control facility. Employee lounge. What's over here? Ooh. Freedom ending. This was the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. Countdown desk. One of the desks from an early version of the countdown ending. Freedom ending. This is the freedom ending that was existed in beta. Huh. Exit? No. No. Monitor from elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down, with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the 2 endings together instead. Countdown. Oh, that must be the room with all the numbers in it, and then the... Okay. Okay. Game design mockup. This is the level that William, the game designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic level layout up from this mockup is still in the game. Oh, and then this is the other way. The lounge, an early version of the lounge. The cargo lift. This second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to their death. Apartment timer. Oh. That's about to ring. Oh. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Huh. Meeting room. Maintenance layout. So many things. Zending level of the Zend. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color lever they would pull. Oh. Zending. Which was mentioned. Huh. Weird. Zending. Escape menu. For a long time we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized that this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Ah. Well, I'm back here again. I guess I shall go to the exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Well,
But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
I was smushed. I have a cold, but I can't stop having it. One second. Still partly coughing. Okay, there we go. Begin the game, get